On May 15th, 2026, at 10 a.m. EST, the Tencent Nintendo Switch Online servers shut down. However, there was a fella known as Slithery Sheep who was still connected online after that time, along with everyone else. Today, I'm going to talk about the disaster that was the Tencent Nintendo Switch shutdown that took place just a few weeks ago. If you have no clue what I'm even talking about, then please go check out my other epic videos about the Tencent Switch. But basically, the Nintendo Switch made its way to China in December of 2019, and was one of the last countries to get it, over 2 years after its launch pretty much everywhere else. Nintendo partnered with Tencent to distribute it in China, so it's called the Tencent Nintendo Switch. And just like every other Nintendo console that has released in China, it had a very limited library of games and very limited functionality compared to the rest of the world. The Tencent Switch got about 50 total games released, which is not a lot, but most other Chinese Nintendo consoles didn't even get 10. Compared to the global Switch, there's a lot of missing features. There's no save data backups, none of the horrible NSO emulators, and you are limited to only being able to play officially released Tencent games online, and only with other players in China. However, there were some pretty awesome things, such as Switch Online being totally free, which is how it should be anyways, as well as Nintendo offering 4 free first-party games from the eShop, although the latter was offered only because of a certain other announcement they made. Nintendo announced that on March 31st, 2026, purchases on the Nintendo eShop would die, and all online services for this monster would be discontinued on May 15th at 10 p.m. China time. Official Nintendo Switch stuff shutting down in 2026, which I still find a little bit nuts. It pretty much comes down to Tencent not wanting to continue working on the Switch with Nintendo, so they decided to pull the plug. So, as a proud owner of a delicious Tencent Nintendo Switch, I have played a lot on it following the shutdown announcement, all the way up until the final day. So here's how it went. Before I actually start explaining everything that happened during shutdown day, I'm just going to let you experience it along with me. So gaze upon this footage of me playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on shutdown day with 2 of my friends and a bunch of other random people in China.
I have a feeling we're gonna not get top 3 in this room.
Oh god.
Wait,
I'm
I got
getting
a
red soap, that's for speaking.
a high five Luigi for the last time.
I'm getting a blooper, now I'm getting ready. Someone pass me with a mushroom.
And while this was happening, RMCKO1 was live on Twitch, so there were some beautiful moments such as this.
It's over.
The men's restroom at Raising Cane's, located at 2411 Sycamore Road, DelCab, Illinois 60115, United States, has the most loudest, earth-shattering restroom door of all mankind.
Wait, is it the Raising
real
Cane's?
message that was just posted in my Twitch chat.
I drove into a bomb.
No! I can't believe I avoided that.
How did you avoid every single one of my fiery balls?
No idea.
We were trying to get top 3 in a race before the servers closed. We also started talking about Nintendo Network shutdown.
What happened on Mario Kart 8 shutdown day for you guys?
I stupidly was in another room because I was too scared of disconnecting. And then Sheep and Stacks were in a different room, but I was too scared to leave.
I was on Mario Kart 7 and Splatoon on shutdown day. Safe to say I did not last long on Mario Kart 7.
Please,
Just let us hop through.
please, please.
I have a mushroom, I know he's gonna pass
I
me.
love thing. Yeah!
Just spam the picture button.
Capture taken. Capture taken.
I've taken a few captures.
All right. I guess that's my final VR.
Alright, D2. You are a saving grace here staying in this room.
Alright.
After doing a ton of races in public lobbies, I decided to go into a friend room with just myself and my friend's other account.
Wait, so Sheep, are you coming back to Worldwides or not anymore?
I think I'm just gonna stay here because I don't trust 2G connections that much until everyone else leaves.
Help. I do hope this room dies. Because if I'm just connected to like 2 other people, I'll be more fine, I guess.
So now I'm going to show you RMCKO1's POV from the moment the servers were about to close.
2 minutes.
Okay. It's time! It's time!
Your mic keeps cutting off.
And
Yoshi.
it's over.
I swear to God, if my last race is Cheeseland, bro.
It would be really
It's gonna be-
fitting.
Yes!
Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
Take him right now. Take captures. Press the screenshot button.
My God.
It's about to be the end. It's about to be the end.
It's 9.
It's 10.
It's dead! It's over! I'm free! Guys, someone stop moving! Guys, it's over!
No.
Wait, no, they're back! It's AU all over again!
Yes.
Ah!
And just like that, as soon as it hit 10 a.m., absolutely nothing changed. Everyone just kept racing. I guess we got pranked.
Bro's U video still loads.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It could be cached in your browser, though.
Crashing though.
I got a friend request, bro! Like, what?
How did you get
Do
a friend
not-
request at 10 a.m. when the servers are supposed to go down?
In fact, literally everything was fully working still. The eShop still loaded, I could still see my friends online, and I could even disconnect and reconnect and join other players. Keep in mind that quite literally everything was supposed to be gone at this point. The eShop is definitely not supposed to load at all, and connecting to other players should no longer be possible, but it was. For comparison, when Nintendo Network for Wii U and 3DS shut down on April 8th, 2024, May 100 Mario Challenge, rest in peace, the moment the shutdown time came, after some time zone confusion, everyone on Mario Kart 7 disconnected immediately, and online connections to games were no longer possible. So yeah, something is certainly off here. My friends, myself, and the people in China kept playing for a long time after. I thought that maybe some weird time zone mistranslation, slippery shenanigans might have happened again like on Nintendo Network, but after hours and hours, there were still no signs of anything being shut down. However, one person did mention that Just Dance seemed to have actually shut down on time, but I couldn't actually check for myself since I don't have the game and I probably wouldn't have got off Mario Kart anyways. I took their word for it though, and they also have it recorded, so it looks like Just Dance was actually the only thing that shut down. That must have sucked for that guy who really likes Just Dance. Okay, but still everything else was still up. Here's something a little bit insane. Someone I know received his Tencent Switch in the mail after the servers were said to have closed. He got his Switch, unboxed it, downloaded Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and joined up the lobby all after shutdown. Holy sandwiches. I didn't want to play for 1 trillion hours straight, but I also didn't want to disconnect from the game in case something did happen. So I just went into a sad, empty friend room and stayed there while I waited and hopped into some public races occasionally. Eventually, it became past midnight, so it was already May 16th and had been for a while in China already, with still nothing at all shut down. I really thought they would just unplug the server rack or something and kill it all immediately, but nope. I went to bed for the night, and when I woke up the next morning, it was still up. I was still online, and so was everyone else. It legit looks like they just straight up forgot. What do you mean we are over 24 hours after their specified shutdown time, and it's not shut down? There are also no other announcements on their WeChat page or on the Switch news thing or whatever. I figured it wasn't going to be offline for a while, so my friends and I went and explored some other games. It got to 2 days after shutdown, and we confirmed that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Tennis Aces, Super Mario Odyssey, Brain Age or whatever that Switch game's called, Human Fall Flat, and even Tencent Video, which is basically Chinese Netflix, were all still up and working. So I just stayed in my happy little empty room on Mario Kart and did some races when I felt like it, and waited. By the way, we were all popping off while this was happening. It was insane to us that the servers weren't gone yet. But then, randomly, out of nowhere, it happened. The world, as I knew it, had ended. I was in the middle of playing PGA Tour 2K25 on my Switch 2 when I took a glance at my other screen and saw that I had disconnected from my empty lobby. This was May 19th at 12:46 a.m., nearly 4 days past shutdown. When I went to try to reconnect online, it was dead. I got this error code over and over, which basically tells you could not connect to the server. Oh no. There was also this weird connection error I got when trying sometimes, where it would just kind of do that. I alerted the others about this terrible news, and I checked on all the other games that I could, and they were all not working. The eShop died too, and so did Tencent Video. It finally died. I didn't capture the exact moment it happened, sadly, but my guess is that it happened at 12 a.m., which would have been noon in China. No one was able to stay connected after this blast, unlike Nintendo Network shutdown, where you could keep playing as long as you didn't disconnect, on most games. Fast forward a few hours, and things got absolutely atrocious. They killed the servers so hard that you literally cannot complete a successful connection test on the console anymore. You just get this DNS error no matter what you try. They completely killed everything. This Wi-Fi symbol on the home menu can never be active again. My friends list is now forever frozen, showing who was online when the server died, and it'll be like that until I shut off the console. They really meant all online services would be discontinued. They weren't kidding, even though they were late. So let's go over what this means for every Chinese Nintendo Switch console. This thing is now even more useless than the Wii Mini. You cannot download game updates, you can't download system updates, which also means you can't play any game cartridges that require firmware versions past version 19. You can't look at your friends list, you can't make a new account, obviously can't play games online, nor can you download them. Even if you bought them from the eShop, you can never re-download them. This thing basically just turned into a brick. There are legitimately more things you can do with a Switch that is console banned. Not to mention that every single Tencent Switch is a patched V2 model or OLED model. All that is left to do on this is turn it on and play only compatible game cartridges, offline only. That's pretty rough. Let's take a look at some other Chinese Nintendo consoles that have all been discontinued. So first we have the iQ player. This was the first Nintendo console in China that released under the iQ brand, as you can see smack in the middle of this controller/console hybrid. Without going super in depth, this is the plug-and-play version of the Nintendo 64. It plays only Nintendo 64 games that are stored not on cartridges, but are on this memory card. And games could be downloaded from iQ stations that you could find in stores at the time, or you could download them online from the iQ at Home software. I have actually tried in the past to get that software working, but I just can't. And not that it would matter anyways, because the service was discontinued in 2016, I believe, which is actually a really long time. This thing lasted longer than Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. So you would transfer the games you bought from your computer via a cable that you would connect the controller to the computer with, and the games would be downloaded to the memory card. The memory card does not have that much space on it, so some games you'd have to sacrifice to download more. And then, in 2009, Nintendo released the iQ DSi in China. And the reason I'm jumping straight to the DSi and not the original DS or DS Lite is because none of the official iQ DS games that released in China had support for Nintendo WFC, meaning none of them had online play or any online functionality at all. There were only 6 games released for the iQ DS, all of which can be played on the iQ DSi, and one of which is exclusive to the iQ DSi because they forgot to make a physical version. So to bundle it with the DSi, they converted Nintendogs to a DSiWare title, and it came pre-installed. And along with that, the iQ DSi does have the iQ DSi shop. So you were able to download some DSiWare games. And by the way, none of the DSiWare games that released had Nintendo WFC support. I have some DSiWare downloaded on mine. I have Dr. Mario Express, WarioWare Snapped, Mario Calculator, Mario Clock, Paper Plane, and Photo Clock. All of the necessities. Sadly, the iQ DSi shop does not work anymore. I believe it shut down at the exact same time that the Nintendo DSi shop shut down everywhere else, so you can't buy DSiWare anymore. Fun fact, there were more iQ DSiWare games released than iQ DS games released on cartridge. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but the DSi shop does not load at all for me. It just gives me an error code that I can't show you because I don't have my internet set up right now. But if it is actually fully gone, that means you can't re-download any DSiWare you bought previously either. And now we have reached the last iQ console that was ever made, the iQ 3DS XL. This thing is a failure, to be honest. First of all, they only made the 3DS XL, they didn't make any other model of the 3DS for China. Second of all, the game card slot is completely useless and only exists to collect cobwebs because they did not make a single iQue 3DS cartridge. As I've said probably a million times before at this point, there were only 2 games that they released on this: Super Mario 3D Land and Mario Kart 7. Both of which came pre-installed on every iQue 3DS ever made. And polar opposite to the iQue DSi, this time there is absolutely no digital shop. There's no Nintendo eShop, so you can't buy any more games. These were the only 2 ever made for this console. However, you can play Mario Kart 7 online. That is the only online functionality that this console has, is playing just Mario Kart 7. iQue Mario Kart 7 never got updated past version 1.1, so prior to patch 1.2, you could actually play iQue Mario Kart 7 with anyone in the world, not just restricted to China. But then after they dropped update 1.2 randomly, that update did not come out in China, so you could still go online on iQue Mario Kart 7, but you could only find players who were also on version 1.0. So basically, anyone who hasn't updated, which I think it forced you to update if you were on a not iQue 3DS. So basically, it got restricted to everyone in China. And if the rumors are true about this thing only selling 10,000 units, then yeah, it was probably a ghost town. Unfortunately, I got my iQue 3DS after Nintendo Network shut down, which is what this used, so I was not able to experience the iQue Mario Kart 7 community. However, as far as functionality, the friends list still fully works, and you can still add people, you can still see what they're playing, and also you're not restricted to only adding people in China like the Tencent Switch. You can add people on any regular 3DS that's on Nintendo Network. Because there's no eShop and these games are digital only, if you ever delete your game or format the console, these games are just gone forever. In conclusion, Nintendo in China is officially dead. There are no more services at all. There's no online play for anything, and the repair services for every console have been discontinued. I'm also fairly confident that there are no more consoles, games, or any accessories being produced in China whatsoever. So this marks the end for now, until a possible Chinese Nintendo Switch 2, which doesn't seem likely to me, but I guess could still technically happen. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, of course, be sure to send me a free pizza, and I will see you guys later.